What's your take on the whole Epstein situation? Because that's kind of gone
Well,
away since Charlie Kirk, but I'm still talking
yeah.
about it.
Yeah. Well, Trump promised that he would release the Epstein files. Kash Patel even said that he would release the Epstein files. I think that Jeffrey Epstein was a Mossad agent, and he basically got all these politicians doing weird stuff with kids. And if Trump did weird stuff with kids, I mean, I wouldn't doubt it. Do I think he did personally? No, but he definitely knew it was going on. So they've kind of blackmailed him. It's like Israel's best blackmail they have on all these politicians. So
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
I think it
true.
should be released. And it's crazy that people are like, "Oh, it's a Democrat hoax." And these people on the right, they always will blame Democrats or Muslims. They never look at themselves and they never look at Zionism as maybe the real issue.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, who's in power right now? And that's the biggest thing I'll see. Even people that are operatives of the right, they'll say, you're woke right because you should have said this 4 years ago when the Democrats want to release. I'm like, I'm a Republican. I did vouch for this to get
Yeah.
released. Who can blame the Democrats now for actually wanting to partner with Thomas Massey to get these files released? Like, I don't care who you are. Like, it's not a partisan issue to have the largest blackmail ring in American
Yeah,
history
it's a
exposed and to see people
bipartisan
behind
thing.
bars.
We need to release it. The American public should know, I mean, what happened. I mean, the whole Jeffrey Epstein is weird. Like, I mean, whether, the cameras were off or whatever, but
Oh, yeah.
uh yeah, it's all messed up. But the politicians knew, I mean, at the end of the day, like once he died, that, he was Mossad for sure. I mean,
Yeah,
how he became so rich is like that's weird too. Like it just doesn't really make sense. He was like a math teacher before, pretty sure.
I did like a 3 hour documentary. I haven't even released it yet, but I did like a whole thing on Jeffrey Epstein. His whole story, it doesn't make sense, but it does at the same time because, like I say,
Yeah.
he started the Dalton School. He meets a lot of big hedge fund guys like the Bronfmans, actually worked in their accounts. He received hundreds of millions of dollars from, Charles Bronfman, Edgar Bronfman, Les Wexner, his account manager that had the rights to his estate and was like the head of Victoria's Secret. I mean, so this guy was like literally working with American billionaires. I mean, I think that's where we can assume that where the money came from. And obviously, I would consider Jeffrey Epstein to be an international agent, or at least
Yeah.
working on behalf of other countries. Someone like Tulsi Gabbard, I believe she actually has the key to those files because
Mhm.
Epstein being an international agent, someone like her being director of national intelligence, she oversees all intelligence operations, meaning
Mhm.
FBI, international. So you're going to see that Epstein worked with Mossad. He was an Israeli agent with Ehud Barak. He worked with Russia. He worked with the Saudi government, UK especially. We're seeing a lot of
Mhm.
things with that. So they're going to be so damaging to the public.
I remember one thing just came to my head. I don't know if you know about this, but my dad told me this, and I don't know all the details. But it was something like Trump was in debt, and Jeffrey Epstein like kind of bought him out. He bought a property from him or something like that. And yeah, that's another reason why Trump doesn't want to, release the Epstein files. Do you know what I'm talking about? Or
Yeah, there's a lot of stories with that. It's weird with
yeah.
Epstein and Trump. No one covered this, but one of the most revealing things in the past month, or I've said this year, of Jeffrey Epstein and Trump's relationship. So Trump had this Palm Beach spa, and Jeffrey Epstein was known to, be a member there. He was known to be in Trump's clubs. But Epstein actually got Virginia Giuffre, who is actually dead now. She was one of the main victims in the Jeffrey Epstein case, who was abused by Epstein himself. She was actually an employee at the Palm Beach spa. Epstein was already associated with Trump. They were friends. It was literally said in public documents, and Trump said himself on Air Force One that Virginia Giuffre was an employee of his, and Epstein was kicked out of Mar-a-Lago not because of being creepy, like they said. It was actually because he was stealing employees from Trump. Trump admitting that on Air Force One. I think that's one of the biggest pieces right there. Was he a blackmailer or was he a blackmailee? I look at Trump in 2007. If you go back even further, he actually had, for a brief period of time, he doesn't have anymore. He had like a New Jersey, it was like a nightclub. Basically, he had this problem where mob members that were infiltrating his club. Trump, on his own behalf, meets with the FBI at his club, not only talks about it, but says, hey, you guys should send federal undercover agents to try to infiltrate our club to catch these people. This dude was a federal
Mhm.
informant long ago. That's where I think that this guy has been compromised for a very long time. He was one of the greatest sells of the century. I mean, I think MAGA, when it comes down to it, will be a scam. And even an Israeli intelligence officer said that Trump is being blackmailed by Netanyahu with the Epstein files. Anyone trying to defend this is out of their minds at this point.
And also, I think at the end of the day, Trump realized that Israel could just